Kathy, do you want to do roll call?
Donnell Allen,
Here?
Rich Bianculli,
Here.
Chris Carrier,
Here.
Wendy Newcomb,
Here.
Maggie Williams.
Here.
Okay, thank you, Kathy. All right, we'll do the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Okay, does anybody have agenda adjustments? I do, but nobody else does. We are going to table 10C, all the policies. And we will table them until our July meeting. Do I need a motion?
Oh, to table them?
Yeah, no, we're doing this.
Yes, yes, yes.
It's just 10C. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So moved.
Thank you, Rich.
And
Yes?
Del PV.
Yes, I think we're voting on the tabling, yes?
Yes.
Oh,
Do I have a second?
Seconded.
Thank you. All in favor? Okay. All right. Did anybody have any adjustments to the minutes of the April 11th meeting?
Now I would move to approve those as submitted.
I found a couple of things.
Oh,
I did too.
there you
There-
go.
Let me see, hold
There are
on.
still some adjustments to the agenda.
Did we discuss having a special meeting to announce the new superintendent?
I don't know that we
I
did.
don't, I
No,
think
I
it
don't
was
think
our
we did.
regular meeting. Kathy, could you change, well, I can give this to you. Under Chairwoman's report, second item, it should be, the announcement of the new superintendent would be at the regular meeting.
Okay.
Thank you. And on page 3, the election, the town election is on June 6th, not the 13th.
I just found that out today.
Okay, and that's all I had. Did you have anything?
No, you,
Okay.
that's what I was thinking.
We do have one more adjustment to the agenda.
Oh, one
Do you
more
want to-
adjustment. Okay.
Yes,
Okay, well, let's
do that first.
dispense with this. So, Rich, do you want to do your
I'll
motion again?
move to approve the minutes as edited by the chairwoman.
Seconded.
Thanks. Any discussion?
No.
All in favor? Okay, and we're skipping back to adjustments.
We are nominating Del Peavy to be the Director of Student Support Services and Occupational Therapist.
Okay, Del PV. Oh, I thought that was already on here. It wasn't. Director
Of Student Support
Student-
Services, and then separately Occupational Therapist.
Alrighty. And OT. There we go. Okay, so can I get a motion to add a 10C to nominate Del Peavy as Director of Student Support Services and Occupational Therapist?
So moved.
Thank you. Second?
And seconded.
Okay. All in favor? Okay. All right. There. Public comment. Okay, moving right along. Superintendent's report.
Yes, unfortunately, David Galen cannot be here this evening, so I'm going to be providing his report in his stead. So the first item is that Kate Sterling has resigned as Director of Student Support Services at the end of this school year. And she's been here for 3 years. We want to thank her for her service to the students and families of Sebago, and we wish her all the best in her next position. Following her resignation, we advertised for a new Director of Student Support Services to start July 1st. After interviews and reference checking, I'm happy to be bringing Del Peavy's name forward. Some of you may recognize his name or know him personally. He worked at Sebago many years ago when it was part of SAD 61. He was an occupational therapist then. It comes to us from Cape Elizabeth, where he's been the Director of Special Services for 5 years. I overlapped with him for a couple of years. I can vouch for his knowledge, his empathy, his skills as a special education director. And then he is also a licensed occupational therapist, so he will be providing those services as well. Our hope is that he'll, by virtue of serving in 2 different roles, that he will be a more consistent presence in the school, and that will promote regular communication and allow for more flexible student scheduling. So we're very excited to be bringing his name forward. And then I also want to thank Kim Marion. We've been contracting our occupational therapy, and she's done a great job, and we wish her all the best in the future. And then finally, we recently submitted to the Maine Department of Education a report on our implementation of the McKinney-Vento Homeless Assistance Act. So I thought this would be a good time to remind families who are struggling with housing that we do offer supports for students. John LaPerriere, our principal, is the McKinney-Vento coordinator, and he has posted to our website a lot of information on the services that we do provide. And that's my report.
Well,
So
thank
thank you.
you. Okay. John?
Yeah. If you don't mind, I'll sit right here. So a lot has been happening, and a lot is happening as we move forward. On Friday, May 5th, was Food Service Superheroes Day, and so we acknowledged Tia and Morgan, and it was really nice because during lunch, at the end of lunch, kids, 2 by 2, walked into the cafeteria and presented each one of them with a flower over and over. And it was wonderful.
Nice.
And I know Morgan didn't want to cry, but she did.
Oh.
And I have a picture of it. So also, we started NWAs on Monday, and so that over the course of the next 2 to 3 weeks, we'll finish up our NWA testing. Also, we have the 5th grade will do the MEA science testing this month as well. Cassie's going to start that once the NWA testing is over. This week is also Teacher/Staff Appreciation Week. The PTC came in on Monday with some goodies for breakfast. Today they brought snacks. It's been wonderful. The staff is very excited. The school when I came in Monday morning, I thought I was in some kind of wonderland because there was signage everywhere on the sidewalks, things spinning in the air. So it was pretty impressive. And the staff really have appreciated it. As you know, this time of year, there's a lot of field trips going on. So we have field trips to the Wild Animal Park, or what do you want to call that, Randa? Maine Wildlife in Poland, grades 1, 2, 3, and 4. 5th grade's going to the planetarium, and then they're going bowling. So a lot going on regarding field trips, and the 5th grade's also tomorrow going to the Art Museum in Portland with Brenda. So that should be lots of fun. There are still many other transitions happening. The 5th grade begins their transition to middle school. So we have some kiddos come, I know it's very sad for some mothers. We have some kids from the middle school coming to talk to them first, and then our kids are going to have their step-up day over at the middle school to get a tour with the principal over there. And we're actually I'm working with Holly, the assistant principal at the high school, to provide transportation for our high school students that are graduating. They're going to come for their walkthrough, so we're going to try to provide transportation for that. They also have rehearsal, so rather than keep our high school kids there all day, Tammy's going to transport them around 10 o'clock after the rehearsals are over to their home. There's 4 kids that didn't have transportation. So a lot going on with middle school and high school. We're also planning the 5th grade recognition celebration on the 12th of June, and kindergarten one on the 13th of June. On Tuesday, the 16th, we have the pre-K and kindergarten screening, so there won't be any school for our pre-K and kindergartners that day. We also have the art festival. Brenda McGinnis and Jenny have been working really hard on it. So it's going to be a wonderful event. Please come. There'll be art all over the school, music, and art for that day. It should be great. It's from 5:30 to 7. They've done a great job. Also, Brenda's working with Linda Hoffman for our annual science fair. That's on June 30th. Come one, come all.
May.
May, yeah. See, I'm already moving us through the school year. And then last, there have been problems with our network, not just our phone system, but our network. Matt has managed to get the internet working again. It went down last Thursday pretty hard, around 11 o'clock. Everything was out. Matt came in that night, got the internet back, and got everything back in service. Monday, 11 o'clock, so our lucky number, it went down again, and we lost our phones and our internet. Matt came in, got the internet working. We're still trying to get our phone service working and our intercom service working. So he's working with Ubiquity, to restore our service. I sent out messages through our webpage, through text them all so parents were aware that they can email Shelley or I, and then we'll get on our phone and call you back if you need the school. So we're working pretty diligently on it. Hopefully in the next 24 to 30
That
hours.
must make testing really difficult.
Say again?
That must make testing really difficult.
It has a couple. We've had to adjust, but what makes it difficult is dismissal, parents calling. It makes everything difficult.
Yeah.
So we're working to get that restored, and that is it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
John, what was the date for the kindergarten and then the pre-K?
The 5th grade celebration is going to be the 12th, and we'll get the time once I nail that down with Cassie. And the kindergarten is going to be 1 o'clock on the 13th. And that will be held in the cafeteria.
1. And the
That's a much smaller celebration.
pre-K?
Oh, are you talking about the screening?
No, the
We have a kindergarten.
graduation. Don't you have a
We
pre-K
have a
one?
kindergarten celebration,
Yep.
kind of a step up, and
Yep.
then a 5th grade.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thought I heard pre-K. All right. Thank you. What time is the science fair? Do we know yet?
I don't have that. I'll have to get
Okay.
with Brenda and Linda.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
And again, I just want to say thank you again to all the teachers, the staff, everybody who works at the school. We do appreciate everything you guys do and the hard work you put in.
Well,
So
we appreciate
thank you
your
guys.
appreciation.
There should be more than just a week sometimes, but thank you
Yeah.
guys for
Yeah.
everything.
Yes. Enjoy your week and all your goodies. The PTC have planned many, many things for you. Okay, Chairwoman's report. I don't have a report tonight. So, I will wait until number 10. Do we have a presentation this evening? Report? No?
No.
Okay.
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Okay, so under action items. I would first like a motion to nominate Steve Connolly as our new part-time superintendent of schools, July 1, 2023 through June 30, 2025. Okay,
So moved?
thank you.
Seconded?
Thank you. Any discussion? I would like to introduce Steve while he's right here. Some of you know Steve,
I know a few folks here.
and welcome.
Thank you.
Thank
Glad
you
to
very
have you.
much.
Yeah, congratulations. We had a very good response to our search for superintendent, and Steve really outshined everyone, so kudos to you, Steve.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
thank you.
I'm greatly looking forward to this opportunity. I'm not too far down the road at any point. This is a great location. I certainly enjoy being part of the Sebago experience, and now I get to be part of the Sebago school experience as well. I was looking, do I have like 2 minutes possibly, just to?
Yeah, sure.
okay?
Absolutely.
Yeah, go
So I was
for it.
looking at the mission statement, and part of it talks about providing quality creative educational experience and creating productive members of the community. And I love those statements in there. The vision talks about a growth mindset. I don't know if that's the Carol Dweck kind of growth mindset work that people have been doing, but I support that as well. And it talks about skills such as perseverance, resourcefulness, commitment, persistence, and effective effort. And I can say that last June I saw some of these things in action. And then it mentions again the continuous partnership with the Sebago community. So I really want to dig into that part and see how I can be of assistance to help the school and the community look like even more of one piece of the same fabric. So thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you. Any other discussion? No? Okay. All in favor? It carries. Yay.
Welcome.
Welcome aboard.
Yes.
Okay, now we need a motion for the reappointment of Jennifer Lundstrom as a second-year probationary special education teacher for the 2023-24 school year.
I'd be happy to make that motion.
Thank you. We need a second.
I'll second.
Thank you. Any discussion? All in favor? It carries. Okay, and now we need a motion to
Do them separately.
Oh, the OT
Yes.
and the, okay,
Mhm. Two different contracts.
okay. All right. Do one, two. We need a motion to, what's the terminology, appoint,
To approve the nomination.
approve the nomination of Del Peavy as Director of Student Support Services
Mhm.
for
So
the
moved.
2023-24 school year?
Correct.
Okay,
So moved.
thank you.
Seconded?
Thank you. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? It carries. And we need a motion.
To approve the nomination.
Thank you. To approve the nomination of Del Peavy as the new OT for the 2023-24 school year.
So moved?
Thank you.
Seconded.
Thank you. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? Okay, that carries. Excellent. Okay. And we've tabled the policies, so that takes care of that section. So we are under discussion items, and our discussion item tonight is the 6th grade study group report. Okay, you're on, Wendy.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We met, we've met twice now. First, we met February 2nd of this year, and we had a collection of parents and citizens and myself and Kathy and Cassie Winslow and Danelle that met, and we just basically talked about different questions that we had regarding the possibility of bringing the 6th grade back to Sebago Elementary School. And we had, the first questions we had to ask were, would the change be allowable under the current agreement with MSAD 61? Would their net cost to Sebago School Department be, a lot bit more than it would be by tuitioning them out? And then, is there a space at Sebago Elementary for an additional classroom? And so we decided that those three questions were really important in terms of whether or not we wanted to go forward or not, because if none of those were viable, then we wouldn't. So we have answers to those questions, and the answers were that yes, we could send a certain, whether we could go ahead with the grade 6 for our school without the approval of MSAD 61, and that the tuition versus hiring a teacher and all the other costs pretty much was a rub. It wasn't significantly higher or significantly lower. So that was also an answer to that question. And there was a possibility of whether we reconfigure the school get a portable or whatever to make it happen. So we had those questions answered when we met on May 2nd. And present we had John LaPierre, Brenda Merritt, myself, Ashley Russo, Kathy Stankard, Miranda Bacchiano, and Cassie Winslow. And we discussed it, and it was pretty quickly determined that all of us felt that the better solution, if we could possibly do it, would be to look into a pre-K through 8 model versus just bringing our 6th grade back. People feeling that having our 6th grade here might be hard for the kids going into 7th grade and assimilating with the rest of the middle school. So our whole discussion moved to that place, and we talked about the possibility of doing this, and the fact that it is being done in other schools in Maine, and that's going to be looked into by John. We talked about the possibility of, the cost savings that we might incur, but also the fact that we might need to do either an addition to the school or have portables, but that we would implement it, in year increments. In other words, we could start with the 6th grade and then have things being put in place for the 7th grade for that class, and then for the 8th grade. So hopefully doing it over a course of 3 years. John will investigate transportation implications, the possibility of bringing the older kids in later, like they would be with the Lake Region schools later in the day. Miranda is going to be talking with the rec director about extracurricular activities. Miranda and Ashley will develop a survey for parents, and they will send it to the committee for review. So we really need to have more parents' involvement in this. So hopefully there are parents listening to this and will be interested in coming to our next meeting, because after all, it's your kids that we're talking about here. Let's see, Brenda Merritt, who is a former teacher and she's a citizen of Sebago, she's going to investigate the research involved in this educational model. So how should this decision be made? It'll be determined by the school committee and the incoming superintendent. And John will be contacting principals and other community schools to get information on their 6 to 8 instructional model. So in any case, we're going to have a meeting in June 6th on Tuesday at 3:30. And if we have anybody who'd like to join us, we welcome them, because we need as much input as we can get. Do you have any questions?
Do any of you have questions? Okay. Not at this time, apparently. All right.
Great summary.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
that was a good report, thank you. We look forward to hearing more. Okay, so, items for future agenda. We'll keep 6th grade committee report on there. Capital improvement plan, we should keep on there. And, school committee retreat, we're working on that, and we'll see when Steve Bailey or Eileen are available to come down, and hopefully we can make it work.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Are evenings better for you guys to do that training? I know
Yeah,
Chris.
we can discuss it later.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right,
I'm fine with that.
all right. Okay. Do that. And under information items, future meetings. The Sebago School Department budget meeting is Tuesday, May 23rd at 6 p.m., immediately after town meeting. I've heard different things, but I think town meeting is still before that. School committee workshop for June will be Tuesday, June 7th at 6 p.m. And our regular meeting will be the same night at 7 p.m.
Wait, 7th or
Wait.
27th?
June 27th. Yeah.
Okay.
It's on the agenda.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I skipped number 4. That was the Sebago School Department budget validation referendum
Mhm.
is on Tuesday, June 6th, from 8 to 8. Yes, that's important. Please vote
Yes,
for the
please
budget.
Right.
That's right. Okay. Okay. And now I'm looking for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Thank you.
Seconded.
Thank you. All in favor? All right. It carries.
So where to, are we going to
We're going to table